I'm going to go over the warm-up with you just to make sure you got these correct and so you can see the process for each one of these. Here we go. I'm going over number one. So we have two expressions in one, and by now you should know how to do these, yes? First thing, I'm going to start with the first part. So I'm going to distribute this exponent of 4 into each of these exponents. So this becomes a to the 16th, yes? And then 4 times 1/2. This is how you do these. Look up, please, for these that are still struggling with this. What is 4 times 1? Divided by 2? 2. So this becomes b to the 2nd. You able to see what I did there? Once again, 4 times 1 is 4, divided by 2 is 2, and that's how I get b to the 2nd. Times, that's what we have in between these two. It's an invisible multiplication. To get rid of this radical, we divide the exponent by the index. So what is 6 divided by 6? So that's b to the 1st. Okay, therefore, do we have any other a's? No, I bring that down, a to the 16th. B and B are the same base. And what is 2 plus 1? 3. Hands if you got that. Okay, good. Number 2. For number 2, I'm going to rewrite this one first. So this becomes, this becomes 216 to the 1/3 power times 2. Now, 216 to the 1/3 power, what does that become? That becomes cube root of 216 and all that to the 2nd power. Right, thank you. Give to 3rd period.
Hey, that's fun.
Remind me towards the end to hand these out. Okay, here we go. So what number times itself 3 times gives us a product of 216? 6. So that is 6. And then you bring down the exponent of 2. What is 6 squared? 36. Bring down the plus. This becomes 4th root of 16. What number times itself 4 times give us 16? 2. So this becomes 38. Hands if you got that. Okay, good. Stay focused, please. Let's go for number 3. I'm going to go over this one more time because I still have some of you. I don't know what you do with your process. You keep getting the wrong answer on this one. Standard form, you need to first check the degree of each term. What is the degree? The sum of the exponents on the variable. How many variables do you see in this term? 1. What is the exponent? 3. This is 3rd degree. How about this one? First, because it's only an exponent of 1 on the variable. How about this one? 4, because that's 4. This one is 2. This one is 5. And this one is 0, because there's no variable. And now we need to rewrite the expression starting with the highest degree. And then I start checking off what I write. This one is negative 7x to the 5th. Next one, negative 3x to the 4th. Next one, positive 9x cubed. Next one, positive 11x squared. Next one, positive 2x. And the last one, positive 17. Hands if you got that for standard form. Okay, good. Leading coefficient, you look at the first term right here. What is the first term? This one, negative 7x to the 5th. And the number multiplying the variable, that's our leading coefficient, which is negative 7. Now let's classify this. What is the highest degree? Out of all of these, the highest degree was a 5. That means this is a quintic. Quintic. Then we count how many terms so that we can get the last thing. If it was only 1 term, it's a monomial. 2 terms, it's a binomial. 3 terms is a trinomial. Anything after that is a polynomial. Hands if you got that. Okay? So far, so good. All right. Let's go to number 4. For number 4, don't forget, look up to the screen, that this is not a multiplication. It's an addition or subtraction. Here we have a subtraction problem. Therefore, if we have a subtraction in front of the parentheses, there has to be an invisible factor here, which is what? 1. So it became negative 1. Therefore, distribute the negative 1 inside, so this becomes negative 1a to the 5th. This becomes negative 2a to the 3rd, and this becomes plus 1. Once we have that, we do not multiply this one over here. We combine like terms. So you box your first one, bless you, And you ask the question, are there any a to the fifths anywhere else? Yes, right here. This is a negative 1. So therefore, what is 10 minus 1? 9a to the fifth. We don't do anything to the exponent because we're not multiplying. Next, negative 1a cubed and negative 2a cubed, that is negative 3a cubed. And then at the end, we just bring down the plus 1. Hands if you got that. Okay, that is correct. Let's go to number 5. Number 5. I'm going to use distributive property for this one, but in the study guide, I know I asked, or in the part two, they're going to ask you to do it both ways, using distributive property and area model. So let me first use distributive property. I'm going to start with x. What is x times x? X squared. What is x times negative 1? Negative 1x. From there, I go to the second term. What is 3 times x? Positive 3x. What is 3 times negative 1? Negative 3. All right. So, can we combine like terms? Yes, these two. So that means I'm going to write the first term, which is x squared. What is 3x minus 1x? Positive 2x. And then you bring over the negative 3. Hands if you got that. All right. That was using distributive property. Let me use area model. Here goes the area model. X plus 3. X minus 1. So, I start with, what is x times x? X squared. What is x times negative 1? Negative 1x. All right. What is 3 times x? Positive 3x. What is 3 times negative 1? Negative 3. All right. And I said whenever you have an area model, you just bring this one down, x squared. These are like terms, so you draw your peanut. What is 3x minus 1x? 2x. That goes there. Then you bring your last term there. Did we get the same thing as the distributive property? Yes. And that's what you do with these for area model and distributive property. All right, let's go to number 6. Number 6. Line down the equal sign. First things first. Combine like terms. What is negative 9 and negative 3? That's negative 12x. Bring down the plus 10. Equals. Can I simplify anything else here? No. How about here? Combine like terms? Yes, this and this. Bring down the negative 12x. And what is 13 minus 3? Positive 10. What do you guys notice? That these are what? Identical. So at this point, you don't have to do anything else. You just write identity. And what do we know about that? That x equals to all real numbers. Now, you're saying, okay, I think I remember that, Mr. Q, but how do I plot this? Okay, let me show you with a number line. Okay. So for the other equations, we would plot the number, right? That was the answer. But this says all real numbers. So does it include zeros? All real numbers. Does it include 0 on the number line? Does it include all the negatives? Does it include all the positives? Therefore, how would you graph this? Like this, that way, and that way, because it includes all real numbers. That's how you plot this. You get it? Yes? Let's check. Look up, please. From this point, check this out. Do you agree, look up, please, that this is the same as this? Yes, we just simplified it, didn't we? So that means I can use this one to check. So watch. Check. If you don't have this, write this down, please. I'm going to write negative 12x plus 10 equals negative 12x plus 10. So to check, what number shall I use if the solution is all real numbers? I can use what? Any number. What would be the easiest number to substitute and use to check? 1 or 0. I'm going to use 0 because then this becomes negative 12 times 0 plus 10. And over here is negative 12 times 0 plus 10. So what is negative 12 times 0? 0. And we're left with 10. And that's the same thing over here. Is 10 equal to 10? We just checked. Yes. Piece of cake? Yeah. Now, before I continue, let's talk about the properties. What did we do here on each side, everyone? What did we do here? No. Here on each side. Combine like terms. What properties do we use when we combine? Commutative and associative properties of equality. And that's it. That's all we use. Now, if you do anything else other than that, then you write the property. But we just went over one, just like the ones you need to do in the party tomorrow. You need to simplify, isolate, plot, check, and you need to write your properties. Is that it? Okay. How about number 7? Let's go over number 7. I saw some of you struggling with number 7, so let me see. Let me do some math magic here. Let's see. Let me cut this out from here. Let's see if it appeared up here. Yes, I did. Just like that. Yes, I did. Yeah. Bam! Let's go.
Right. Okay, on top of the one. Is that a one repeated or what?
Yes. Number 7. Here we go. Let's go over this one. Because I saw some of you struggling with these. Here we go. We have fractions all over the place. Now, some of you are still wondering how to get the common denominator. Let me show you step by step. I'm going to look at these two denominators. Can I make the 2 into a 4 by multiplication? Yes, so that means now my new common denominator for these two is 4. Are we there? Question, can I make this 4 into a 5? A 5 into a 4? If we can't both ways, then you do 4 times 5 is 20. That's our common denominator for this one, and this one. Are we there so far? So which one is left? 3. Can we make the 3 into a 20? How about the 20 into a 3? No, so what is 20 times 3? 60. That's our common denominator. That's how you find your denominator. We got it? All right, so therefore, we multiply the entire equation times 60. But we only multiply times the numerator. Why? Because it's like imagining we have a 1 on the denominator. Therefore, what is 6 times 3? 180, but don't forget about the negative sign. Some of you made a mistake already right there. 1 times 4 is 4, and that is x. What is 60 times 1? 60 over 2, and don't forget the negative sign, equals 60 times 3, that's 180 over 5, and 60 times 2, that's 120 over 3, and that is x. Okay, so laying down the equal sign. Can I simplify at that point? Yes. What is 180 divided by 4? That is negative 45x. This is negative 30 equals 180 divided by 5 is 36 minus 40x. Okay. What's my smallest variable? Negative 45. So I add 45x to each side, add 45x to each side. We're left with negative 30 equals 36x plus 5x. From there, we know what to do. Yes, minus 36 minus 36. This cancels. We're left with negative 66 equals 5x. And at the end, we divide by 5, divide by 5. This is negative. How many times does it fit in there? 13. Negative 13 and 1/5 equals x. Or, some of you wrote it in decimal, negative 13.2 equals x. Hands if you got that.
I didn't get it.
That's the answer.
I didn't know how to write.
Huh? I told you. All right. So now, let's finish this off completely. So simplify, isolate. Let's plot. Yes. So here goes number line. It's on the negative side. We go 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. We have negative 13 right here. So if that's negative 13, then negative 13 and a half is right next to negative 13.2. is right next to negative 13. There it is. Let's check. Check. All right. Question. Here goes the question. Do you agree that this equation is the same as that one? What is this equation the same as that one? Yes, we just manipulate it so that we can simplify it, right? Do you agree that this same one is this one? Yes, we just made it smaller, right? Which means that this same one is that one, yes? So therefore, could I use this one to check? Yes, so I'm going to write negative 30 equals 36 plus 5x. Negative 30 equals 36 plus 5 times, what was x? I'm going to use a decimal form. Negative 13.2, negative 13.2. Negative 30 equals 36 plus, what is 5 times negative 13.2? Very good, negative 66. That is correct. Negative 30 equals, what is 36 plus negative 66? Negative 30. Did we get equal to negative 30? Oh, yeah, let's go. So, you were doing all this stuff over here? Yeah. Let's do the properties. Look up, please. What is the first thing we did here at the beginning? Distributive property. What is the second thing after we simplify? What did we do here to each side? Very good. Addition property of equality. What do we do here with the green? Subtraction property of equality. And what do we do at the end? Division property of equality. We good? Yes? Yeah. All right. So this is what I want you to do. Get your study guide in front of you, and I want you to look for these in your study guide. Now you have the answers for all of these, and these were straight from your study guide. Look for them, please, and see if you got the correct answer for all of those. Number 1 was number 11. Number 2 was number 9. Number 3 was number 12. Number 4 was number 13. Number 5 was number 14. Number 6 was number 19. And number 7 was number 18. And we did all the steps on these, yes? Exactly how they should have been done. Hands if you got all 7 of them correct. Yeah, not bad. How about 6 of them? Not bad. How about 5 of them? Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad. All right. 6 was number 19 from your study guide. Thank you. Vanya, raffle ticket. Go see Mr. Sanchez. Just kidding. No, you're leaving. Take this with me. Brand new to No, take your stuff with you. What part? Yeah. So for tonight, for your studying time, you're going to get a blank sheet of paper. You're going to go to the problems that you are struggling the most and copy that one on the blank sheet of paper and do it again, see if you get the correct answer, right? So yesterday during tutoring, we covered numbers 1 through 19, I believe. So today, right now, I'm going to start from number 23 and backwards, yes? No, there's no tutoring today. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. So let's go to your study guide. Get a blank sheet of paper ready. For those of you that did not get the last ones, or you feel that you're kind of iffy with those, I'm going to start with number 23, Michael Jordan. What's that?
I want to know what I got.
I can't hear you. Sorry. What is what? Okay, yeah, get another piece of paper. Because I think you should have round. Well, let me see the rounding. Okay, my bad. Okay, here we go. Number 23. Copy these numbers on your paper. 78. Put percent of 78 is 214. Copy that on your blank sheet of paper. We're going to do this one together again to get practice. It says percent of 78 is 214. Copy that on your blank sheet of paper. Percent of 78 is 214. So the first thing you do when you get to these percent problems, you're going to write somewhere at the top or on the side, you're going to write is over of equals percent over 100. Yes? Once you do that, you're going to write a blank one. Blank over blank equals blank over 100. Okay? Now that we have that, let's set up our proportion. What do they give us? They give us the of. Let's see. Of 78. Where does that go? On the bottom, so that's 78. What else do they give us? The is. Where does that go? On top, so that is 214. Which is the only one that they don't give us? The percent, so we write x. Let's cross multiply starting with a variable. So this is 78x equals, and this is 21400. Okay? Line down the equal sign, divide by 78, divide by 78. X equals, let's find out what that is. 21400 divided by 78. 78 does not fit into 2 or 21, but it fits into 214 how many times? 2 times. So that is 156. Yes? So this is 58. Bring down the 0. How many times does 78 fit into 580? 7. 7 times 8, that's 56. I got 5. 7 times 7, 49, plus 5, that's 54. Subtract, that gives us 34. Bring down the other 0. How many times does 78 fit into 340? 4 times. 4 times 8, that's 32. I got 3. 4 times 7, 28, plus 3, that's 31. Subtract, that's 28. Add a decimal. Decimal, add a 0. How many times does it fit into 280? 3 times. 3 times 8, that's 24. I got 2. 3 times 7, 21, plus 2, that's 23, my good. And we have 46. Bring down another 0. How many times does it fit into 460? 5 times. Let's see. 5 times 8, that's 40. I got 4. 5 times 7, that's 35. Plus 4, that's 39. Yes? So that's 70. And I'll stop right there. Why did I have to go to the second decimal place? Let's find out. Because they're asking us to round to the nearest what? 10th, which is the first decimal place. So which means... yeah. So we need to stop to round to this one. So that stays a 3, or does it go up to a 4? So this becomes, check this out, you're going to write 274.4%. Now, are we done? No, you need to write your statement. What does it say? What percent is 78 of 78 is 214? So you write 214 is 274.4% of 78. 10 C.
by the way, we confirmed this yesterday. If you don't like thank you, that's what each question is wrong.
Bam. You need to write 10Q. All right, let's go to 22. Here we go. Not waste any time. Look up, please. I'm going to go over these again step by step. Follow along on your study guide with this one, okay? The one with the chainsaw. The reason I'm going to go over this one because I saw on the remember you turned in your home plate the other day? Some of you struggle with these, and these are very simple if you do it step by step. So here it goes. It says, the fuel for chainsaw is a mix of oil and gasoline. So they mentioned two things here, right? What do they mention? Oil and, but what is the first one they mention? Oil. So I do a box oil, and then I go to the rate that they give me. What is the rate? 5 to 18. So which is the first number they mention? 5. So which one corresponds to oil? The 5. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to write my rate. Check this out. 5 to 18. Does everybody understand that so far? And once again, the 5 corresponds to what? To the oil. Okay. So now I'm going to write a proportion. What information do they give me after that? 54 gallons of gasoline. So does it go on top where the oil goes? No, it goes on the bottom where the other one, which is the gasoline, goes. So this is 54. Does that make sense? This one's on the bottom. This is for the gasoline. That means this one has to be on the bottom because it's gasoline. So what goes on top? X. Start with X, cross multiply. So this is 18X equals 5 times 54. That's, what is it? 270. From there, line down the equal sign, divide by 18, divide by 18, sign 1, X equals 270 divided by 18. Let's see, 270 divided by 18 fits in there 1. Subtract, that's 9. Bring down the 0. Fits in there how many times? 5. So that is 90. Subtract 0. So this is 15. Okay, 15 what? Let's answer the question. How many ounces of oil are there? You're going to write, there are 15 ounces of oil when there are, what, 54 gallons of gasoline. 10Q. Does that make sense? You see how you set it up? Whatever you mention first matches the number that you underline first. Okay? Hands if you got that by yourself. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, let's go to number 21. Okay? Here we go. Let's cube this one. So at the top, make sure you write the word cubed. It says, a video game store charges a monthly membership fee of $13.50. But the charge to rent each game is only $2 per game. Another store has no membership fee, but it costs $3.50 to rent each game. How many games need to be rented each month for the total fees to be the same from either company? So I'm going to start by circling important numbers. Important numbers are $13.50 membership fee. Okay. This one, $3.50 to rent the game, and this one, $2 to rent the game. Okay. Underline the question. How many games needed to rent each month for the total fees to be the same? So box that the same so that you won't forget that that's the keyword same. Next, let's box the items who they're talking about. Who are they talking about? A video game store and another store. Okay. What else is important? That one charges a monthly membership fee and the other one no membership fee. That's important. Okay. Exclude any other information. Let's draw our table. How many companies are we talking about? 2. So 2 lines down. 1, 2, 1 across. Since we don't have a name for those companies, we're going to label them A, B, and right here we're going to write total. All right, I'm going to start with red. So let's look at the first video game store. How much do they charge from the beginning? So we write plus 13.50. How much do they rent a game for? $2. But do we know?
So $2 X.
Right. It's 2x because we don't know how many games they rented to be the same as the other one. So we're going to write it as what? 2x. Let's go to the second company. I'm going to do that in blue. The second company, there is no membership fee, so I don't write plus whatever, right? But do they charge per game? Yes. How much?
$3.
Do we know how many games they rent in order to be the same as the other? No, so we write it as 3.50x. That is correct. So here it says that they need to be what? The same. So I need to write 2x plus 13.50 equal to 350x. Do we know what to do from there? Yeah, line down the equal sign. What's the smallest variable that I have? 2x. So I subtract 2x, subtract 2x. I'm left with 1350 equals 1.50x. And then we just solve, divide by 1.50, divide by 1.50. So x equals, let's see, how many times does 1.50 fit in there? 9 times? Yeah, when you do your division, that is true. So let's write our statement. The stores have the same total fees after what? 9 games rented. 10Q. Oh yeah. Yes, please.
Running confused with the credit.
Think about it. Let's go to number 20. Any questions on this? Hands if you got that by yourself. Okay, some of you, good. Okay. Let's go to number 20. Here we go. Number 20. Line down the equal sign. What do we have here? A proportion. And how do we do these? Cross, multiply. Start with a variable. C times 5, that's 5C, equals 35 times 4, that's 140. And let's solve. Divide by 5, divide by 5. C equals, what is it? 28. All right. Simplify, isolate. Let's plot. Draw your number line. Thank you. 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 28, plot. All right. Before I check this, though, let's talk about the properties. Is this a property when we cross multiply like this? Did we multiply times 5 each side? No, we just cross multiply. So that means that is not a property. However, did I divide by 5 to each side? Yes, that is a property. So this is division property of equality. Is that the only property? Yes. So we're done with simplify, isolate, plot, check. We need to check, right? So let's check. C over 35 equals 4 over 5. But instead of C, we write 28 over 35 equals 4 over 5. So let's see. Can we simplify this fraction on this side? Yeah, by dividing by what? By 7. Divide by 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 35 divided by 7 is 5. Is 4/5 equal to 4/5? Yes. Each one of those equations with the properties, the check, the plot, and working it out is worth 5 points. Make sure you don't leave anything out. Okay? That was number 20. Let's go to number 19. 19. Let's see. Oh, we did this one, right? Yeah, 19 we did on the warm-up. How about 18? Yeah, we did 18. Bam! I got this. Let's go. How about number 7? Okay, here goes number 7. Line down the equal sign. 17, sorry. So distribute. This is 3n minus 27 equals negative 6. From here, oh, what was the property that I used? Distributive property. Next, what do I do next? Plus 27 plus 27. We're left with 21 equals 3n. And what did we do there? We add addition, property of equality. And what do we do at the end? Divide by 3, divide by 3. We got 7 equals n. So there we did division, property of equality. Do we know how to check? Do we know how to plot? And we already have the properties, right? All right, so I'm recording these problems, and I'm going to upload the video at the end of the day. So tonight when you're studying, if you need to reference, go to the YouTube channel, all right? Enjoy your studying, guys. Be ready for tomorrow. See you guys tamales. Have a good one. All right, yeah. Bye.